The England players are out in the sunshine here in Blankenheim. All 26 England players are out there, and it's a really important session, this one. We only get to do the first 15 minutes, remember, but what happens when the cameras have been turned away after the warm-up session could be absolutely fascinating, because this is Gareth Southgate's final opportunity to put the squad through their paces and decide exactly what sort of formation he's going to play, what personnel is going to be in that formation. Remember, we've been saying for the last couple of days that in the last few days, England have been training with a back three. And that is a fundamental change for Gareth Southgate in terms of the formation. It's not something I think he was planning to do in this tournament. England haven't played with a back three in a competitive game since the final of the last European Championships 3 years ago. So I think it's a rip it up and start again for Gareth Southgate if he does go with that back three. Remember, it was a closed training session yesterday, so we didn't get to see the players out there, and we don't get to see the important bits of the training sessions anyway. But my understanding is that's what England have been working on, and so it could be a fundamental change. In terms of the three centre-backs that he'll go with, well, we know there's a big problem there, isn't there, because he's lost Marc Guéhi. Marc Guéhi is suspended for this game, and he's been an important partner for that man in the middle of your screen, John Stones. The two have had a really good understanding. By the way, really good that we're seeing John Stones there without any strapping around his right knee. Last time we saw him out on this training field, he had really heavy strapping around that right knee. He told us in the media conference the next day that, look, that was more precautionary, there wasn't a problem. He's now got no strapping on that knee, so that's a really good sign for John Stones. But the lack of Marc Guéhi is a significant issue for England. It makes it more tricky for Gareth Southgate. I think that's partly what's prompted him to think of this change of formation. And I would fully expect Ezri Konsa to come into the middle of England's defence. There he is in the middle of your screen right now. The Aston Villa defender has been outstanding for his club all season long, and it's been made pretty clear to me that his versatility means whoever drops out of the England back four that's been playing in the tournament so far, Ezri Konsa was first in line to come in and replace them. So I fully expect it to be Ezri Konsa, Kyle Walker and John Stones in the middle of England's defence against Switzerland tomorrow. But the key question, one of the key questions, is who is going to play in the wing-back positions. I think on the right it's pretty straightforward. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold, who you're looking at right now, or it's Kieran Trippier. And that'll be a very natural transition for either of those, very similar to what they do for their clubs. Southgate encouraging them to get up and support the play, the England's attacking play. England have lacked width in this tournament, haven't they? So if it's Alexander-Arnold or Trippier on the right, I think that's not a difficult one for Gareth Southgate. In terms of what he does at left-back, well, this is much more difficult and much more significant. Let's see if we can find Luke Shaw, shall we? Oh, actually, you're on Bukayo Saka. Oh, and they're next to each other. Oh, that's perfect, isn't it? Luke Shaw and Bukayo Saka. I think those are the two most obvious options for England in a left wing-back position if Southgate goes for a back three. Look at those two together. I wonder what the conversations between those two are like exactly now. Look, Bukayo Saka has said to the media a week or so ago he doesn't see himself as a full-back. He plays right wing for Arsenal, of course, and so why would he? But he played at left-back for some time in that extra time in the last round against Slovakia and did pretty well. He's an obvious choice there, because of his width, because of his natural left foot. He has played left back, of course, in the early part of his career, or even, albeit not recently, and he's fully fit and ready to go, and Southgate thinks the world of him. He's one of Southgate's favourites. Luke Shaw, on the other hand, well, there is a possibility, and I'm saying no more than a possibility, that he could start at left wing back for England tomorrow. That would be extraordinary. He's not played any football for Manchester United in almost 5 months. Can he play his first football in 5 months in a European Championship quarter-final? It'll be a massive call. We know he's trained for the last week. We know he is desperate to play. We know he is in Gareth Southgate's ear saying, I'm ready, give me a chance, just let me play. Will Gareth Southgate do it? I mean, if he was playing for his club, it'd be 10 minutes he'd be given probably. Then maybe half an hour in the next game. They'd monitor him. He'd be brought back carefully. Gareth Southgate doesn't have that luxury. So what is the England manager in the middle of your picture thinking right now? When it comes to his options up front, it's looking like he might go with Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden in a number 10 position behind the captain, Harry Kane, trying to get his best players on the pitch in their best positions. There's Jude Bellingham, man of the tournament so far. Hasn't been consistent, hasn't been able to have the right energy levels, I think, to play the game he would like. but boy, he's been important for England in those key moments, no more so than that incredible overhead kick that he scored in injury time against Slovakia. Without him, England would not be here now. All of those teammates around him would not be here right now. So could it be Bellingham and Phil Foden behind Harry Kane as a number 10? And then also, what does he do in the middle of midfield? We know Declan Rice is going to be one of the midfielders, England's most consistent player. Some people have criticised him this tournament. I think he's done okay in an underperforming team, but we know he's going to be there. Will it be Kobbie Mainoo or Conor Gallagher that plays alongside him if Southgate goes with this 3-5-2 or perhaps 3-4-2-1 formation that he's thinking about? It's a big call because Kobbie Mainoo has had the nod so far in the last couple of games. There he is, the Manchester United youngster, and look, he's next to Conor Gallagher. They choose, the England coaches, who goes in these little warm-up games to start. I just wonder. Seems coincidental that Kobbie Mainoo and Conor Gallagher are together. Seems coincidental that Luke Shaw and Bukayo Saka are in the same group. And these are the big decisions that Gareth Southgate has to make. Will it be Kobbie Mainoo or will it be Conor Gallagher that comes in alongside Declan Rice in that vital midfield role where England have been struggling so far? It's absolutely fascinating. When our cameras are away from here, this England training session will become very, very serious. They're having a bit of fun right now. You can see the smiles on the faces. They're enjoying the warm-up. As soon as the cameras are turned off, it's down to business. It's Gareth Southgate fine-tuning the formation, fine-tuning the personnel he wants in those in those positions. It's going to be a big change we're expecting from the England manager. We will speak to Gareth Southgate and Jordan Pickford, who's alongside him in the pre-match news conference later on. That's this evening on Sky Sports News, but analysis continues throughout the day.